family. Welcome back to another sacred moment on Can I Get a Witness Wednesday. I am your host, Kenyatta, and today we are stepping into a testimony that is layered, emotional, and full of God's footprints. This is episode number 7, The Battle She Didn't Choose, featuring Candace Ingram. This episode dives into the courageous journey of Candace, a mother, an educator, and a survivor who faced a double diagnosis of HER2 positive and triple negative breast cancer while navigating her son's mental health challenges and being a single mom. Through fear, surgeries, setbacks, and moments of complete vulnerability, Candace discovered the power of community, the necessity of letting go, and the strength God places in us even when we feel empty. Some battles we walk into, some battles we create, and there are some battles that choose us. Today, Candace's story is one of those.
2018 is when I got diagnosed. So 18, I was diagnosed and I did chemotherapy and I had my bilateral mastectomy. All in the same year. My first diagnosis was triple negative. Once they did surgery, they found another lump that was separate from the first one. It was HER2 positive. So I carried 2 diagnoses in the same year. 2 different masses. The following year, so that was in December when I had the first surgery. Double mastectomy. Or bilateral mastectomy. And then in February, I did the genetic testing for the family because my older sister had breast cancer now 3 times, but at the time she would have beat it twice with different diagnoses.
As you heard, Candace indicated that she had a dual diagnosis, and that was HER2 positive and triple negative cancers. So let's talk a little bit about them. HER2 positive cancers grow fast, but have strong medications that target them directly, whereas triple negative cancers grow really fast also, but they have fewer treatment targets, making them much harder to treat. African American women are more likely to get triple negative cancer and more likely to die from breast cancer overall, mostly because of the late detection and unequal access to care. Let's take a look at the numbers. And I'm just going to let some numbers speak for themselves on what's happening with the women in the United States as it relates to breast cancer.
So I went ahead and did the genetic testing because I have sisters and I have nieces. And they said that agreeing to do the genetic testing, you're agreeing to do whatever is preventative. So that led to me getting my ovaries out in February of 2019. I was against reconstruction for a long time. So my daddy kind of talked my sister into going to the doctor with me. And then she got the information to make the appointment for me.
Wow.
For my plastic surgeon. Ended up having my reconstruction done, which I did the free trim flat. So they take the lower stomach and the 2 bottom pecs of your muscles, your arteries, veins, and they move everything up essentially to reconstruct my breast.
So the breasts you have right now
That's my stomach.
are reconstructed breasts.
Yes.
That is amazing. So when we watch, I watched the story Beyond the Gates, and they have a story about the triple negative and the whole genetic testing.
Okay.
So you are a real life patient, survivor.
I went 10.5 months flat, no boobs at all, no breast of any kind. I wear prosthetics or nothing, because I got to the point where I'm like, I don't care. So work to the gym a lot of for 10.5 months.
And then how did your family support you?
Well, when I finally decided to tell him.
So you were going through this by yourself?
Initially. Like all the testing and the biopsies leading up to, I did it all by myself. I was scared. So my grandmother had breast cancer twice. My dad's mom. It runs in their side of the family. And my aunt, I never met her. Met her daughter though. She died from breast cancer shortly after having her son. So.
Okay. That would be scary.
Yeah, just scared. And like watching my sister go through it and seeing how sick she looked, I was kind of scared. So I'm like, if I'm scared and I'll just do it by myself, then nobody else will have to be worried about it. That shortly was lived though.
Okay.
I did chemotherapy from July until November.
Did you work during that time?
I did.
How hard was it?
It was okay. It didn't really get hard until I started chemo. And then I was tired because I'm still going to work. Like, you're not telling me I'm not going to work. I'm not about to stop doing my day-to-day and sit and wait for this to happen. So I decided to keep my mind occupied by going to work, because that's all I know is to go to work. Go to work, take care of my kid, do sports. I coached during this time too, coach soccer during this time. I didn't tell them because they wouldn't have let me do it, so I didn't tell them. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then, like, when it came time to scheduling appointments and chemotherapy, you know, I said it has to be after a certain time because I have to go do these small groups at work first. They said, you have to. I said, yes, I have to. No one else can do it. No, it's my job to do it. So I need to be there for the kids. They need me there and I need them. So the school and the students were a big part of my journey. Big part, big support system for me.
And what was the factor that made you decide you needed more than just Candace?
When I couldn't drive after treatments.
Okay.
When I was not able to drive.
Yeah.
So they gave me the highest dose of medicine. From the initial testing biopsy until the time I started chemotherapy, my mass the original mass went from the Brussels sprout size to a clementine in a matter of 6 weeks. So they were really concerned about that. So they gave me three of their highest potent medicines at the first month, and then they kind of started backing off. But it definitely wore on the body. And then there was a shot afterwards that went off 27 hours later. You can either go back to the hospital or they can put it on you. So I'm like, I'm not coming back. So go ahead, take it right here on my stomach.
What I would say is that she is a woman that is in control.
I did, follow doctor's orders. When they said you need to, go home and rest afterwards. Most of the time I went home and rest afterwards. Sometimes my child needed me to go do things for him. It was one time when I was doing chemotherapy. It was probably about 5-6 treatments in. He was cutting up at school, cutting up. And they called me and said, well, let me go ahead and unhook myself so I can go be a mom. And the principal called. She was like, I am so sorry that the teacher called. You better not move. You better stay there. Who do I need to talk to? Who's with you? I said, my mom is with me and we're on our way. She said, no, put your mom on the phone. So she apologized for the teacher calling me. But later that day, the principal called and said, I know you just got out of treatment, but you cannot come back to work until he's been seen. During my reconstructive surgery, all my organs failed, my major organs failed. So they stopped surgery for about an hour and a half. It was only supposed to be a 6 to 8 hours. It ended up being an 11 and a half hour surgery. I couldn't talk, move, anything for 2 days afterwards. Basically had to sign my rights over to my mom to consent for anything. So she consented for me staying at the hospital. It wasn't the ICU, it was like the burn area is what they called it, but it essentially ICU for a week in Miami Valley, which is kind of funny. I could laugh now, but it wasn't funny then. But I had to end up getting some blood transfusions during that time. And I just remember laying there crying because I was ready to go. I just wanted to go home. I'm not going to be in pain. I just want to go home. Be in the comforts of my own home. If I'm going to die, I don't want to die here. Because that's where my mind was. Like, I can't move. I can't talk. All I'm doing is laying here blinking for answers and crying. That's all I could do. Is cry and blink. So that was hard. It was hard to be in that place. It was hard to accept that, like some people don't come out of this stage. Like, am I gonna be a vegetable? Was it worth it? What's next? They said physical therapy was gonna come in. Of course, they never did. It was a girl who came in. She was like, hey, I know you. I said, hey, Jamie, how are you? She was like, better question is, what are you doing here? Like, what is going on? Like, I follow you on Facebook and you just been so happy-go-lucky, and why are you here? Can you explain why are you here? Mind you, she's a nurse on the floor. She saw my name in the charts on the screen and had to come see if it was really me. And from that moment, like, one of the medical assistants was one of my best friends in elementary school. She was like, you've been in this, she's like, you're full of blood. Like, your gown is full of blood still. Have anyone changed you? This is 3 days after surgery. I was like, no. She was like, girl, come on. I'm not even supposed to be taking care of you, but you about to get in the shower. Because you just look a mess. And we can't have you in here like this. And we know you. So in that week that I was there, it was a girl from high school that was a couple years under me that was a nurse. She came in and saw about me. My brother's fiance at the time worked on a different floor. When she was off, she came down to see me and to, check on me and like kind of give orders on the back end, like, hey, that's my sister. Y'all need to be doing this, that, and the third. Like, she's saying this, that, and that. And then my friend, she wasn't even my MA. Like, these people weren't assigned to me, but they took care of me while I was there.
Wow. Community.
Yes. And I tell people all the time, like, you never know who you're going to need. So make those amends and right your wrongs if you have them, do good by people. Because in that moment, they could have pulled the plug. they could have did anything and I was defenseless. They could have gave me a wrong medicine, anything. So definitely, you know who your people are. It's kind of nice to be on the receiving end. It's nice to know that there were people cheering for me in the background, even if I didn't know or realize or how much I tried to keep to myself. I didn't really tell people if I was in pain or not. I went to work every day. I took a half a day on Tuesdays to do chemo. I worked. It got so bad that I wanted to be at work so bad that I started playing the game. Okay, if I have my surgery during this break, I can do this, this, and this. Stay home for 2 weeks. Then we have another break. And then I can get them to get me to go back. And then I can get paid for this break. I'm like, okay, this is too much. Like, I'm obsessed with work. I need to stop. Mm-hmm. And even the principal was like, I don't have to agree to having you back in the building. I said, but you can't go against the doctor's orders. She was like, Candace, you always find a way to just get your way. You always find a way. And I'm like, well, I'll just stay out of everybody's way and stay in my office and do work. And like, that I allow people to do for me. That I allow people to do for me.
And based upon what you said earlier, the first thing I wrote down was in control.
Uh-huh.
So that is to relinquish the control. Mm-hmm.
It was even to the point. So one of the first people that knew about it was my principal, actually, that knew of the diagnosis. And one day, me and the office secretary was just talking. She likes to plan parties and decorate and all that. I said, I'm going to have me a party and I'm going to have you come decorate. She was like, for what? I'm like, just because. Like, I didn't know I had to have a reason to have a party. I'm going to just have a just because party. So once the principal knew and she kind of started telling people. And I'm like, you tell people my business? Like, I felt betrayed at first. But they threw this party that included staff. It included the family. I knew nothing. And it just broke me down. Like, the family didn't tell me. And some of them came from Columbus. And I'm like, what y'all doing here? Not thinking anything of it. Friends were invited. I'm like, how y'all even get a hold of such and such and them over there? I haven't talked to her in a while. How y'all know about? But they all pulled together. They had a whole program. And the cake said just because. And they showered me with gifts, like things that they might have needed, like for recovery or after treatment. So like baskets with, I don't remember, like different lotions, hard candy, stuff for nausea, socks, just little trinkets, puzzle books, journals. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Like, and then I tried to leave because I couldn't receive it. And they had to go out to the parking lot to get me and bring me back in. Mm-hmm. So it was just amazing. Like,
for you, how do you think you repay those people?
By being that person to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
By being that person to somebody else.
And it doesn't even does it have to be the people that's in the same circle or anyone else?
It's that simply just paying it forward without looking for something in return. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was amazing. I can remember a time where I was trying to get to my last chemo treatment and they made me late because they made me come back inside. They told me I forgot something. But really, they just did a clap out. They had all the students and teachers come out in the hallway and do a clap out. And I'm like, I'm going to be late because of y'all. What did I forget? You left something in your room on and da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, I didn't, but whatever. I'll just go check. And once again, they managed to surprise me. And I'm like, oh, okay, like y'all sneaky. I like this. He acted out a lot. He overheard teachers. That's kind of like the struggle of having your child in your workspace. When people are involved, he overheard teachers say that, oh, they think that she might have passed, or they didn't think she was gonna make it.
All over the place, but what is the thing that you hear that Elijah wants from his dad?
He wants he wants his dad's presence. He wants the interaction with his dad. He wants to be side by side doing something. And he doesn't talk a lot about his dad. He tried to jump out of a moving car today. And that's not normal. I said, okay. Sure. Like, why would he do that? Well, he missed the bus. He refused to get on the bus. So my ex-boyfriend's sister works there. So she was going to drop him off at the after-school care for me. He knows her. She's been around forever. And he didn't want to go. He wanted me. He just wanted, or he'll talk about the absence of his dad. Like, well, I was over there, but we didn't spend no time together. I didn't see him. He was asleep, or he had me doing this and that and this and that. But we didn't sit down and play no board game. We didn't sit down and talk. He didn't look over my work. He just, I guess, was there. So he yearns for that one-on-one time with his dad. He yearns for that interaction. He don't want to just be in his same space with him. He wants to build those memories. I want him to truly find and develop himself. I want him to be loud with purpose.
Wow.
I want him to be loud with purpose. He has such a big heart underneath all of it all. And he wants to give, he wants to do for others, but I'm wrong. Like, Elijah, you're so loud and you be wrong. Most of the time you're wrong. And you don't care. You'll just keep going.
So what do you think Elijah wants for himself? Or did I ask that in a different way? No, because I asked you, what did you want
He
from
wants
him?
to just be independent. He just wants to be independent. He wants to be a free bird.
Do you think he'll leave home early?
Well, according to him, he will not. It's funny because we were driving somewhere. Might even been to church one day. And he was like, you know what, mommy? I'm not leaving home when I turn 18. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Who gets to decide that? He was like, I mean, for what? So I gotta go pay my own bills? So I can go do this? So why? I think I'm gonna just say, I don't want kids. So I think I'm gonna just go, just stay until I'm about 20, 24, 25, maybe even 30. I said, now you pushing it. Schedule. But yet he thrives best in structure.
So has he been diagnosed with ADD or ADHD?
ADHD, ODD, multiple personality.
Okay.
ODD, ADHD.
Now you mentioned he has mentioned foster care. What was that about?
Anything to not be with me.
Okay. He doesn't like your accountability?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
He didn't want to hear my voice anymore. I said, okay, well, go ahead. Where do I sign? I just don't even want to hear you. Every time you talk to me, it's just disrespectful. I said, how? Because you know I don't want to hear it and you keep saying stuff. So I'm being disrespectful because I'm talking to my child? How does that work? I said, well,
that is disrespectful.
Exactly.
That's the disrespect.
So I had to flip it on his side. I said, no, actually, that's disrespectful because the audacity. I said, now, if you took it upon yourself to do X, Y, and Z, would you have to hear me? Mm-hmm. Would I have to remind you? Mm-hmm. Would I have to encourage you to do this? Because I'm no longer bribing you. Mm-hmm. It's either you are or you're not. And I'm only going to ask so many times. Mm-hmm. And the consequences are? And consequences. You were a technology child. So no phone, no internet, the one like you start using your gaming system finally. No, I just turn it all off. I would ask them, are they done making memories? What new memories do they want to have? Then you have something to live for. You have something to live for. Are you done making memories with your kids? Are you done making memories with your family, your friends? If not, you have people to live for. You have a reason to live. You have a reason to fight. If you can't do it for you, do it for them. Well, don't be in denial. Mm-hmm. Don't be in denial. Always seek other advices. Don't just settle for what the first person tells you. Keep being an advocate for your child. Keep being an advocate for your child. Know your child. Watch your child. Learn their behaviors. Sometimes sit and be quiet and just observe how they interact with others, what they do. Allow them space to do wrong. Mm-hmm. And see kind of what led up to that. Don't confront every single thing. Thank you.
What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do next? I didn't ask you that.
I want to live.
Okay.
I want to have experiences instead of things. I think I went through a phase of I wanted things. Now I want experiences. Mm-hmm. So I want to get into traveling more, going places, doing things.
Girl, you are bad. Go Candace. Go Candace. Go Candace. Woo,
man.
As we have wrapped up this interview with Candace and the battle that she did not choose, there were a couple things that really stood out for me from this interview. And one is that it is okay to let go. Let go of control, let go of perfection, doing everything yourself, really allowing other people to help you. And most of all, to let God carry you. And you don't have to be strong every day. We think that we've got to be on top of our game every day. We've got to be perfect every day, but we really don't have to be. Some days are hard. Some days you're barely making it. But it is okay to not be strong today and allow the people who love you, who care about you, to step in on your behalf. As long as you're in the fight, that's all that matters. Who said that you had to be the one throwing the punches? She wanted to just live a life. She is a survivor, but she doesn't want to just survive. She wants to live. And she's encouraging all of us to just live, no matter the circumstances. Candace didn't choose this battle, but she did choose to fight. She chose to live. She chose to keep showing up for her students, for herself, for her child. And I'll tell you, we appreciate her for that. And God chose to surround her with people who carried her when she couldn't carry herself, when all she could do was blink and all she could do was cry. People were there for her. God was there for her. Sometimes the battle chooses you, but the victory, oh, the sweet victory, it is still yours. Thanks, Candace, for spending time with me. And Can I Get a Witness Wednesday?